Hello and welcome back to ASP.NET Core Full Stack Development. This is section 2. We will be creating the UI for the shopping app using the ASP.NET Core MVC and Angular. In this video, let's introduce ASP.NET Core and Angular. I guess your first question is, what exactly is Model View Controller? Model is a template of the data. I'm sure you remember as we were building, we built a model of our product, and that is basically a template of the data. It is a class. Then we built controllers that are our APIs, and this is where we house the functions that tell the program what to do. So you will hit it from the external, from the outside as an HTTP request, and then the controller's like, okay, they're wanting this data back, or they want this to happen, or they're trying to cause this functionality to happen, or they need to go to an external API, and the controller is what then controls all the different ways that you could possibly go in the program. Now this is the fun part. We're getting to the view. This is the part that everyone sees. This is where we're going to bring Angularjs in. That's going to help us build this. Angularjs is a JavaScript framework. It's one of the most popular ways to build UI, a front-end application. Angular in and of itself is a model view controller. It has all the different components built into it to make it its own standalone MVC. So we're literally pulling out the view component here, and we're turning it into a model view controller. So while Angular is installing, let's go ahead and talk about what Angular is. And for that, we've gone over to the docs.angularjs.org. Inside here it says guide/introduction. It's right here. So what is AngularJS? AngularJS is a structural framework for dynamic web apps. What this means is that it's a framework which is different than a library. For example, if you've ever used something like jQuery, that is considered a library. There are many different libraries that help out. Frameworks are more like Ember, React, Angular, Vue. Gives you some great things for data binding, DOM control, support for forms and form validation, the virtual DOM. And the main thing we are focused on in this application as we're building it is grouping of HTML into reusable components. This is vitally important because it makes the concept for programmers is build it once and don't repeat yourself. Dry. Don't repeat yourself. Remember that. That's vitally important for a programmer, is to not have to repeat yourself and not repeat stuff you do. So for that, to understand components a little bit more, let's go on over here to components. Understanding components. A component is a special kind of directive that uses a simpler configuration which is suitable for a component-based application structure. And as we get on into this, we will start building components, and they look something similar to this right here. And a component is, it parses out HTML to the DOM, all from, and you can see here there's different components that they're talking about. Hero detail. So when you click on an item and you want to see the details of it, it'll parse out the details using these templates here and right there. So basically it goes in this index.js pulls in this index.html. Hero detail.js uses the hero detail HTML, so it reuses this over and over again while passing in some information to be viewed here. So it can go through this multiple times, and it could say hero name spawn, hero name, and just go on and on. So this is the beauty of something like a framework like Angular or React. And especially in this situation, we're dealing with Angular. So this is what we will get into a lot, and so enjoy.